When I made the donut a couple of weeks ago, my daughter came into the workshop and the first thing she said to me was, "Dad, you've made an eye." So for this week's project, we're going to make something very similar to the donut, except this time we're going to make it more like an eye, so we're going to add a few more details. I drew myself a rough sketch as to how I want it to look like, and I've picked myself out a piece of Burl. I'm going to go through my pigments and try and find a cool eye colour, and then the plan will be to take these two containers and cast myself an eye. look, this is the largest pour that I've ever done. This thing is huge. Now it's time to see if this will just pop straight out of the mold. Oh, easy peasy. Even though this is the biggest cast I've ever done, I still don't think it's big enough. I really want to turn this into an eyeball or a sphere, and to do that you really need your height to match your width. But you can see here that my width is so much wider than my height, so the only option I've really got is to turn this upside down, put it back in the bucket, and try and pour another white layer on top. Well, that ain't gonna work. So it looks like this bucket flares out at the top. It doesn't have straight sides. And because of that, I can't get this back all the way down. So I've got two options. I can either turn it on the lathe and see how we go. It's not going to be a complete ball or sphere, but it's going to look pretty cool. Or I stick it on the lathe, I straighten these sides up, turn it upside down and pour some more white. What do you guys think I should do? You know what? After googling the human eyeball shape, it turns out that your eye is not shaped like a perfect sphere. So I think because of that, I'm just going to glue a waste block to the back of this, and I reckon we just turn it. It might not be a perfect sphere, but I reckon it's still going to look bloody cool. I wasn't filming just then, and check this out. I have just got the biggest chip out. It just flew out and hit me in the chest. Bloody hurt too. Oh, and you guys might be wondering why I'm wearing gloves. I know you don't like it when I wear gloves, but the chisel is getting so hot, I just can't hold it anymore. It's just burning my fingers. So I'm making sure I'm really careful. I don't get the gloves anywhere near the edge here, so I shouldn't be in any danger. Check it out. It's the most violent chip out I've ever had. I think that's turned out pretty good. It's definitely not the ball shape we wanted, but it's still a cool looking eye. So now I'm going to go put this on the MIDI lathe, we'll give it a sand and then a polish, and then we'll be able to see what it looks like. Well, what did you think of that? Check out my eyeball. How cool is it? Should have made 2 of them. Now I know it's not a perfect eyeball because it's not the right shape, but I still think it looks pretty good. When you look at it from the side here and you just see the lens part, that dead set looks like an eye. I was thinking of a few different ways to mount this. I did grab myself a piece of Burl and was thinking maybe I could mount it to that. And in the end, I just grabbed this off-cut piece of Burl that I had. I just drilled a hole in it with a Forstner bit. That sits in there nicely, and I think it worked out great. You know what I reckon this looks like? It almost looks like a lawn bowl or a curling stone. You know where they throw it along and they rub the floor in front of it? Like I said at the start of this video, the inspiration for this one come from the donut video, and a lot of you guys also mentioned in the comments that it looked very much like an eye. Now if you guys have any suggestions of something that you want me to make, let me know in the comments. Well, that's all for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, it'd really mean a lot to me if you could like and share this video amongst your friends. And if it's your first time here and you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.